Welcome back to TRX On Demand. My name is Nentarz. Today we're going to do a recovery session titled The Hips Don't Lie. So grab your favorite soft tissue device. Here I'm using the TRX rocker and join me on the ground. We're going to be focusing on releasing any tension that might be found in our hip girdle. So if we're cycling a lot, if you're running a lot, or find yourself sitting a lot, this is going to be the session for you. We're going to start off sitting actually on our rocker or roller. And first things first, we're going to do a little R and R. So we're going to relax and reset our posture and our breath. So support your upper body with your arms and let your hips sink in. So here, what we want to do is allow ourselves a little space from what was before to what will be now. Right? This is what we're here for, getting our bodies right, getting our minds right. So let yourself relax and let the device sink up into your soft tissue. And we'll work the left side and the right side. Just start to seek out any spots that might be more sore than others. So I'm actually a little more sore right about there. So I'm gonna hang out. You'll notice as I move my body, I'm just windshield wipering my legs, allowing them to fall off to the side. Be mindful of our posture and our breath. Start to get settled in. We're gonna go about a minute on each technique, so we're gonna slow roast things today, although this is only gonna be a 15-minute session. So let's work windshield wipering those legs, maybe moving the feet further apart, allowing yourself to relax. What's great about this is as we let the legs fall off, the pelvis peels away from the rib cage. So I'm starting to get a little joint distraction and a little release of my lumbar spine as well. Okay, so now we are going to park on our right side. So we're going to orientate ourselves. So now I'm getting the center of my right cheek. I'm going to cross the right leg over the left leg and then hold that position. So here we're getting a nice figure four stretch as well as releasing the hip. Now, in a second from now, I'm going to show you a really fantastic way to get the front of the thigh, the ITB. That's going to be exciting. It's going to be one you want to keep in your toolbox for sure. Focus on your posture. Feel free to move around. Roll the roller, rock the rocker. Move your body as well on the surface. That way you're releasing those tissues. About 20 more seconds here. Nice work. Nice work just getting here. Giving yourself time. You deserve it. Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides. Right leg comes back down. Let's cross over, support that upper body as needed. Get the left leg crossed over the right leg, and I'm still tighter on this side right now. So I'm gonna let that relax. We'll let the leg fall out and get tall. It's important to give ourselves, space in the day. I almost think it is like a movement snack. We know we shouldn't necessarily compartmentalize all our calories in one meal. That's less than desirable, but it makes sense to eat small meals throughout the day. So why not do that with our movement? So this is a nice 15-minute session that you could put at the end of the day. It makes sense to do a lot of this stuff in the morning, pre-workout, post-workout. Again, our focus today is hips and mobility, so that's what we're going to work on. Find those spots, about 20 more seconds. Stay tall, breathe, relax. Oh, that feels good. This hip mobility will give us a better squat pattern, which is so vital to use throughout the day. Okay, so let's relax the legs on the ground. Now, I promised you that we were going to find a new way to get the ITB. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to do the right side first. So we're going to set ourselves up almost like we're going to go into that pure forma stretch. So if I orientate myself so I can see you, I'm going to orientate myself on my right hip, but instead of crossing the right leg over the left like we did previously, we're going to cross the left leg over the right, and that's going to turn my body and allow me to get on the front outside of the hip. So I'm getting on that front outside of the hip, right outside that pelvic bone, above that quad, and then we're just going to relax. Again, take that R and R approach. Relax and release. Allow your body to sink into the rocker. Allow that tissue to relax. If you want to torture yourself or you want to increase the level of intensity here, what we'll do is bend the knee and we can start to windshield wiper our leg. So very similar to the windshield wiper we were working on before. Not only is this a way of getting the tissue to relax, it's also a way of getting mobility into the hip. So it's a twofer. We're gonna do two for one here. Okay, relax that leg. Get up to that front outside of the quad just one more time. Extend that spine. Now let's start to articulate the pelvis and spine just a little bit. Here again, now I'm moving from the top down to help that tissue release. Awesome work. So let's get on the other side. So walk your hands back under your body. We're going to orientate ourselves onto our left hip. And the right leg's going to keep coming over, right leg's going to keep coming over till we find ourselves on that upper outer front hip. Okay, so the right leg should cross, spine should be lengthened. Relax yourself on your forearms, R and R. Relax and release that tissue. So we can work anywhere from the outside of the hip to the outer front side of the hip right now. Don't be on the bone or the prominences. It's not comfortable. It's not going to do us much good. But getting into some of that soft tissue that's sensitive is okay. And if it's sensitive, just allow your body to relax. That's all you need to do. So this would be more like your traditional trigger point release, which is very valuable. If you haven't, take a second to check in on your breath. Breathe through the tummy. As you exhale, allow yourself to lengthen and sink and relax. Got about 10 more seconds in the front of this thigh. Really get that ITB. And then we're going to move on to the front of the right thigh, the quad. Great job. So stay in this position. We're just going to walk ourselves over. And we're going to get both quads together first. So let's start up on the front. Move your body, support your spine. Notice we don't want to have an arch on our back, nor do I want to be rounded out. The Goldilocks principle is at play. So find some length and then start to work your body over your rocker or roller. We're working on the balance of pliability and soft tissue release here. So let's take an opportunity to gently bring the heel of the butt. So of course we can do this on one leg at a time. This is nice because my body's supported and allows me to be a little freer with my legs. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't necessarily need to bury ourselves in the amount of tension we're using through our legs. Great work. What if we were to do the right leg and then, you guessed it, windshield wiper. Allow the leg to fall in and allow the leg to fall out. Again, because both legs are supported, it allows me to free up in my hips. So I'm getting that combination of mobility through the hips as well as soft tissue release. Ooh, there's a spot there, so I'm gonna hang out on that. We had about a minute total on the right side, then we're gonna switch. We've got about 20 seconds left. Relax, release that leg. Do what feels good to you. Good work. Switch sides. Bring the left leg up. And here we are. We're going to windshield wiper the left leg. Allow the foot to fall in and out. What's nice about the rocker, it's essentially on lockdown mode right now, so it's not going anywhere. So I can just leverage my body against the rocker. I'm nice and secure. I can relax until, of course, you hit a sore spot. Okay, got about 20 more seconds. Really work that left side of the quad. Windshield wiper that leg. Play around with mobility. Awesome, awesome work. Allow me a second to set ourselves up for this next stretch. We are going to orientate our soft tissue device 90 degrees to our body. And watch what I do here. I'm going to go left side first. And I recommend you do that way. As a man, I can keep up with you. Where the left side is going to be up, and we're going to work the inside part of the groin. So again, I don't have to be aggressive. I'm going to leverage my body. I'm going to relax the leg. I'm going to set intention of my posture. And then I'm just going to let the rocker or the roller do the work. If you want, you could add small little motions to the body. You could add small little motions to the pelvis. We could add small little motions to the leg. Play around with a couple of those things. Got about 30 more seconds on this side. Keep that upper body supported, relax that neck. Use this as an opportunity to set intention in your breath and also set an intention in your posture. You know this helps with blood flow, helps tissues be healthy, helps recover, helps recover between bouts of exercise. So there we have it, the inside of the groin. Let's go ahead and get the other side. Again, rotate 90 degrees, support my upper body with my forearms. Right leg comes off to the side. Find a spot that you're comfortable with that feels sore, and then hang out. This is one of those ones where, you know, if it's really uncomfortable, close to the hip joint, you don't have to be there. Get more towards the muscle belly. As you practice this, as you get a little more comfortable, as the tissue gets healthier and less sensitive, you'll be able to tolerate more aggressive techniques. So whenever we're doing this, just be mindful to meet your body where it's at today. Really, really important. So I'm a little sore there. I'm gonna back off. All right, that's better. I call that just the right amount of misery. A little discomfort's okay, but I have to grip my teeth too much. You know, as a man, I'm gonna move off of it. Option, windshield under the legs, articulate through the pelvis. Excellent work. All right, so now we've worked the front side, the side side, the back side of the hips. Now we're gonna get the hamstring. So let's reorientate our soft tissue device. I'm gonna use the rocker and I'm gonna put the edge towards me, and then watch this. I'm gonna sit my hamstring right up on this. I'm gonna do one at a time, because here's the trick. In order to get length in the hamstring, not only do we have to do soft tissue release, but we have to add stretching. So we're gonna kick this leg up. We're gonna let the leg and hamstring relax. And then I'm gonna extend the knee, pull the toes towards my shin, and then relax the leg. So I call this active motion technique. It's a little pressure, and then it's a little active motion from the bottom up. This is similar to a lot of the manual therapy techniques you might get from a physical therapist or a chiropractor. We could do it ourselves. It usually goes, 8 to 10 repetitions here. You feel free to explore all parts of the hamstring, inside of the hamstring, the outside of the hamstring as well. Let's get one more. Good, let's get that other side. Support that upper body, get up on that rocker or roller, establish posture, sink into it, then stretch. Active motion technique, actively lengthening that tissue by extending our leg and our foot. So not only are we working the contractile element of the body here, but we're also working the fascia. Right? Working what starts all the way up in the hip, runs down to the bottom of the foot. Hips don't lie. Good, a couple more good reps here. So there we had it. We hit all major lower body muscles, especially around the hips. And let's finish with just a little body weight mobility. So let's begin in a quadruped position with our hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. I call this a kickstand stretch. We're gonna go left leg first. So extend the left leg out, pull the toes toward your shin, maintain a neutral spine, and start to rock back. So here we're getting a little bit more of the adductor or groin muscles on both sides, maybe a little bit of the hamstring. It's important to keep the hip high as we're rocking back, not just sitting back. So try to keep that hip high. Just change that stretch a little bit. We could work on a little bit of articulation through the pelvis. Great job. Let's hit that other side. Right side, leg's gonna be out. Set that spine up in neutral, toes towards your shin. Sit back. Again, meet your body where it's at. Go nice and gentle. Gain mobility over days and weeks, not sets and reps. Keep that spine long. Option is, if you want to stretch, go to the forearms. A lot of times I like to take the pressure off my hands. This is nice because now I can really extend that body, and nothing wrong with that. Great job. Good. All right, one final stretch. We call this shin box. So I'm gonna start with my right leg bent in front of me, left leg bent back. Just nice and comfortable. Then I'm gonna vault my chest over my front knee until I feel a stretch a little bit in the back hip. Hang out. This is almost like a modified pigeon pose. It's a modified 90-90 position. If you don't feel a stretch here, feel free to open up the hip a little bit more and come forward, or lock your hands to a part where you do feel a stretch. Less is more. Again, don't need to bury yourself. Go to your first moment of tension. Let's switch sides. So great job today as we're finishing up. Think about what we did. We worked on all those muscles in the hips. We found a new way to get to the ITB. We worked on a little integrated mobility, not only working on the soft tissues, but working through the joints a little bit. We talked about active motion technique. We talked about articulation technique. And we finished with a little stretching to not only the rotators of the hip, but the front side of the hip that gets so tight. So I really appreciate you being here today, and I know your body does too. So give yourself a big thank you. And again, I hope to see you here on more TRX on Demand. For now, bye-bye.